Well, the Skybreaker is very interesting. One of the most unique ships in all of EVE. True AoE if you bring the lightning. So we're gonna take it into T2 Electrical Abyss, and if you want the best EVE guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now, and the Skybreaker is a beautiful ship. I love these ships. They're absolutely gorgeous. And this ship is very simply a shield-tanked Vorton projector ship. Vorton projectors are unique. They are the only ship in the game, much like their counterparts, the Triglavians, that can fly these electric stuff. And how the Vorton projector works: if you are within 10k of the Vorton projector, the beam will arc. It'll arc 10 times. So this means if you clump up stuff together, if the ships are like this, you know, and you hit this guy, there'll be no bouncing. But if the ships are like this and you hit this guy, it'll bounce one back forth and it'll kill all of these guys. So you have to always be thinking, how do I group my mobs up? What if there's a single target? Well, you just have to overheat your guns and keep it going. We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about how this fit goes and how to fly this lovely ship of ours, the Vorton boy. So why we're featuring this ship and why there's a festival launcher in the highs. This ship was recently buffed slightly, where it was given 2 high slots. How heat damage works is if I overheat this module, it spreads to the other modules around it. So since there was just one module, all the heat damage went here. 100% of your overheat damage went there. Now, some goes here, some goes here. It's a small buff, but it matters when you're pushing end game content like we do with the Abyss. The maximum is per hour. That's what you're going to be pushing for with this bad boy. So nice afterburner, the mono propellant. Why not the tier 2? It's easier to fit and is easier on capacitor. You are going to be using a medium shield booster, a nice one, a cruiser size on this to be able to keep up with all the damage coming in. Tech 2 multi-spectrum and a compact battery. I gotta tell you, 330 million ISK, not a lot for these kind of ships. I've seen these for T1s go into the 600 million. It's not worth it. We're going to talk about the ISK per hour at the end of this video. Definitely wait for that. We're also going to show you how to fly this ship at the end of this video. Do not be alarmed by this 1 minute and 10 seconds. You are cap stable with literally everything on inside of the Electrical Abyss, in part due to your capacitor control circuit and your cap battery in your mids and rigs. Finally, it is going to be an EM reinforcer in the rigs. I went back and forth on if this should be a thermal instead of an EM. You're going to see why in the video that we feature. We may or may not survive this Abyss showcase. You'll see it. It's a good time. All right. So this Skybreaker is going to be easy to fly and fun to fly. I had a really excellent time when there was a drone room. You would literally, I had sub 1 minute drone rooms because everything bounces, everything groups up, and they all die when you fight some angels. You can do it, but it's going to be a little bit tough. 3 of these are 990 million ISK, if I did that math right, and that is what we are going to be giving away in this video. Yes, 3 winners are going to get that fully fit Skybreaker with Abyss stuff ready to go. And if you want to enter in, you have to do these 3 things to be able to be eligible. The first is you got to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The bot's going to know if you're not subbed and you'll be disqualified. Don't miss out on 330 million ISK and Abyss machine because you didn't click a button. Come on now. Come. The second thing you have to do is put in the comments, put one zappy boy into the comments. That's the catchphrase. The bot will pick you up if you do that. And the last thing, the third thing you have to do is in that same comment, put your in-game name, subscribe, type one zappy boy, and put your name in the comments of this YouTube video, and you'll be eligible to enter in to this contest. Thank you for 35,000 on Twitch, or excuse me, on YouTube. One day, we're almost at 13K on Twitch. We'll see you there. The growth has been continuous and is literally everywhere. I'm growing so fast, my Instagram is growing. I know, it's a heck of a thing. Thanks for supporting. Let's see how the Skybreaker looks in space right now. We have one more Tech 2 to go, one more, and then we can keep going with this. This is kind of off center, y'all see that? Let's put this right about there. You guys know that you can move this? Left click and hold in your capacitor and it moves around. How many of you did not know this? Type 1 in chat if you did not know this. Type 1 in chat if you did not know this. Let's just wait the time, chat. It's 10 seconds. There it is. Enjoy chat. You can move it around. You can put it where you would like it. It's a good time. Whew. Devoted nights. Stressful, but we still got it done. Our last Tech 2 Here we go. I didn't see how long we did it in, but I'm assuming we're going to do these in like sub 11. Because there's going to be some longer rooms, some like shorter rooms. This ship is going to be a perfect duo. I think we get a Damavik Skybreaker going, or a Damavik Hawk. And I think this is going to be like, sorry, a Damavik Skybreaker or a Hawk Skybreaker. And I think this is going to do very, very well. Extremely well. So let's turn these on. Let's go right towards this red cloud, he says scarily. I mean, it's all a red cloud. So can you hit the Rodiva, please? Oh my God, we have the wrong one. Guess what? We're using, no, let's use Strike. Let's use Strike. That's fine. I had the wrong one equipped, so we missed the start of the room being good for us. That's fine. We could still zap, boop, bibbidi bop. Zap, boop, bibbidi bop. Let's stick to this one. No, we messed this up. We should be going to punch. We should be going to punch. Let's orbit it at 15. Give me the punch ammo, champ. Give me the punch ammo. Why are we doing? I messed this room up, and that's fine. It is what it is. Range within 16. Let's orbit this at 10. Then let's get close to the Rodiva. Orbit this Rodiva at 10. So what I should have done is had Strike Snipe out. We would have killed all of the frigates by now, but fine. Is what it is. Is what it is, chat. Is what it is. They're still gonna drop because of how the bouncy works. Spotlighter going down as well. Last. Looks like I could just focus down the Spotlighter. Now, let's keep hitting the Rodiva. Spotlighter, who cares? He's gonna die once the Rodiva gets a little bit close to him. Spotlighter's on the other side of things. Let's move towards the loot. Let's go a little bit below the red cloud. Let's see if we can pull them close to me, just like we did with the other one. What's the range on this again? 16. Nah, we want to stay close to the Rodiva. We want to stay close to the Rodiva. And who cares about the Spotlighter? Let's just orbit this thing at 10. We don't need to worry about the Spotlighter because he's going to go down so fast anyway. We just have to keep poking the Rodiva here. Hawk is the play for good Abyss success. I think so, Ubi. I think so. It's just really solid. It's really solid. I mean, you could do Retribution. It might be Retribution and the Stormbreaker. Because the Retribution can do EM focused demo too. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Okay, I don't know. Let's use where's Tech 2? Small, I don't know which one's which, so let's just do Pulse Laser for now. Can't the lasers do EM damage? Con Flag is EM Fire. You could get EM damage from the Hawk too. You can get EM damage from the, what's it called? You know what I'm saying, champ. You can get EM damage. It's my go-to T1 electric, nice. Would it be nice and profitable? When we were talking about this earlier today, when you're talking about multi-boxing Abyss, the conversation is no longer, can you make back the money in 1 hour, like we typically do? The conversation becomes, how fast is your ISK per hour? That's what it becomes. Let's go to Strike Snipe just to get ready for what's coming. That's what it becomes. So if you're running a Hawk and a Stormbreaker, let's say it's a 600 million ISK fit. Let's say both of them together are 600 million. If I want to be making like 200, maybe 150 million ISK an hour. I don't care that it's not a ton of ISK per hour compared to the cost, because you're talking about making as much as you could make in like nullsec, you know? So Retribution is a beast for sure, yeah. I'm thinking you could get closer to like 200, maybe more million ISK an hour seeing the AoE with this. You combine the AoE of the Skybreaker with the single target winnings of the Hawk, man, I think you've really got a winning combination there. That was a big one right there. We got a Firestorm. Never mind, not a big one, but that's fine. We got a T4 out of that. Everything's reloading. Let's turn off the heals. Let's go to the next one. Excellent. Just 3 frigates. So I'm trying to see if I can dual box it first, because triple boxing is a lot of micro and it's going to be hard for the layman. Dual boxing is going to be way more approachable. So it begins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time that we focus down the Karen. We focus down to the Karen. I believe we might want to hit the Karen first because the Obfuscator just is sensor dampening. Doesn't really matter to us. Let's turn on our shield as well. Let's keep going after this Karen, and of course we're going to try to heat this while we can. Let's get close to this nerd. Let's orbit her at like 500 to get under her guns, and then we will switch to punch once we are within range of punch. Okay, and these we don't even need to worry about these cruisers. We just let them sit because the Karen's gonna take way too long. Way too long. Carve this, baby. Here we go. Right, exactly. 70 DPS is going to take forever, correct. That's why we're gonna swap to punch. We're gonna swap to punch, and we're gonna overheat this puppy, and we're going to try to get ahead of her. Looks like that's going to do it. Let's overload this and let's just start doing this. All right, let's orbit her at like 5. Let's orbit her at 2. Let's make her nice and confused. Let's orbit her at 25. Just keep on zapping her away. Hope the obfuscators are super far from us. We're not really going to get a lot of bouncing to the obfuscators here, but that's fine. We want to stay nice and close to the Karen. Let's orbit her at like 5 because I'm seeing that the obfuscators are kind of coming close to me. And if we orbit this chick really, really tight, they might get close enough that they get some bouncing. There it is. They got a little bit of bouncy there. We're heating our module. We're orbiting her very close. We're healing her back up. We're just going to keep looking at the heat damage. We're at 43%. What happens when you hit 100% heat damage? What happens when you hit 100% heat? This is the question. Because right now we're at 48. What happens? I don't actually know. Do you just lose all your modules? Look, we are bouncing. See? There it is. You burn that out and can't repair. Nasty. Okay, so we want to stop before that, obviously. Sorry. I meant not the module. I know that if the module hits 100%, it burns out. But this bar here above my capacitor, heat status, when that gets to like 100, what happens? It's just a heat level. It doesn't matter. Like, does this number matter at all? 64% seems like a lot. Like, if I get close to 100, am I about to lose like an arm? You know, is that what's about to happen? You just generate the max heat. Okay, so it's like the hotter it gets, the hotter it gets. Understood. Yeah, this module only at 29%. We're just going to keep this going. So it's the amount of heat. There it is. The more chance to take damage, I thought. I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking. Like, we're at 71% heat damage. That's freaking me out. I'm going to turn that off. So this is at 32% damage. Yo, the obfuscators are dying too. That's great. Look, the festival launcher taking 8% damage. We're getting real unlucky with the heat damage here, to be honest. And when we were doing some T1s, the bulk of the heat damage was going on the festival launcher. Now, you don't have to put a launcher here. I did this to show you how much heat damage is being sucked up by the other module. This is why this was such a good buff for these mobs. Dude, one of the obfuscators died. Let's go. Let's go. So orbiting the Karen at 500. Nice. Always carry ice in the cargo. That's right. I leave the heat on until the module hits 75%. Scaring me, chat. Absolutely scaring me. I mean, we can heat this. It's just freaking me out. This is T2 electricals, my friend. T2 electrical. Yeah. Burning out the Edencom gun is going to be impressive. The Trig gun, even more so. So a little bit less heat. We're back down to 50%. Let's keep us going. I'm really excited that we actually got to hit the obfuscators. We took out one of them. This guy's just a little bit too far. Just a wee bit too far out of range. And there it is, chat. What the heck? He died, dude. Wild. Wild. They actually died first. I think it's at 100%. The heat damage will be at its full HD amount per second. It's scaling damage. Okay. Okay. That would be... And by the way, heat is something in Frontier that happens quite a bit. Wow, chat. Wow. We took out the Karen module. We did it. Boom! Look at that, baby. Whew. All right, so we got one more room left. Nice job, y'all. Nice job. Let's, can I lock this up? Can I cancel repair? Can I cancel the repair? Because we're going to be here for a while. It's going to take 30 seconds. Yeah, cancel repair and just start poking this. Thank you. Let's get within range and loot this puppy. Nice, heavy scoped and repair. Excellent. Turn this off. We're going to repair our stuff before we go to the next room. Excellent. Just keep this thing at range. We've got 11 minutes to do the final room, ladies and gentlemen. 11 minutes. With 15 seconds on this repair. Sorry, I didn't mean Karen module. Yeah, we just killed the Karen. T2's in a Skybreaker. How blingy is the fit? It's like 320 million-esque. It's really not that blingy, all things considered. Really. Like we have, I'll show it to you, and we're gonna talk about it at the end of the stream today because this is really working. Let's do it like this. So it's really not as blingy as it could have been. Is this strike snipe? Now we gotta go strike snipe. Like we have a good shield module, but we don't have a fucker cap battery. We don't have any crazy. I don't think it's that blinked. So did they? Thanks for using my code. Enjoy your 1 year Omega. Bless you, my friend. You got it for cheaper. You got it for cheaper. That's right. So angel mobs, chat. Here it comes. Here it comes. Echo, Medusa, Sword Spine. I believe those are getting hit just like immediately, just because the Echo is a web. Echoes first, then I believe the Medusa, and then of course we're gonna hit the Cinnaball. Let's start heating this immediately. We start heating this immediately because this is gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. They're right on top of me the moment we start hitting stuff. Let's go for the Electro Punch immediately and start hitting the Cinnaball just because it'll bounce to the other frigates. Let's just start hitting the Cinnaball right now. Yeah, maybe we unheat this for now. Start hitting the Cinnaball. Oh my god, we have to use the Galva Surge. Damn. Come on, chat. They're hitting me with everything. This could be the end of us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Actually. Because they're just outside of my range. They're just outside of my range with this freaking Cinnaball. And the Echo's doing stuff to me too. The Echo is webbing me. Maybe I go for the Echo instead. The Cinnaball is newting me as well, but it is the only newt, I think. The Echo is probably going to die sooner. So I should probably go for that. Oh, heat this puppy, by the way. Let's heat this puppy. Let's keep hitting the Cinnaball. Maybe I shouldn't, but that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going to go for. I mean, the Echo will die super fast. I don't know what to do. This room is so scary. I'm just going to keep going in a straight freaking line, dude. Just going to keep going in a straight freaking line. Is anything repping the Cinnaball? Here's the Cinnaball. I don't see reps. Medusa died. Okay. Yeah, keep hitting this thing because, dude, the Echo is like right on top of me and these things are just like far away. Right? So those are going to get hit by something else. The Sword Spines. Another Sword Spine. I think we keep hitting the Cinnaball here. I just think the Cinnaball is the move. Continuing to make sure that the Cinnaball is taking as much damage as possible because it newts, it kills you. Maybe I should have hit the Echo first. They jumped on you immediately, so I shouldn't have even used. If you hit this room, the Angel room, the Lucifer room, swap to the Galva, whatever. Swap to Galva Surge immediately so you can kill some frigates immediately. So keep hitting the Cinnaball. Keep hitting the Cinnaball. We're not bouncing to anything else. He's just by himself, but he's doing all the damage right now. We have a big red cloud. We kind of want to avoid that. I do want to go around the outside, though. Let's cut in here. Let's cut in. Gonna take some damage. We got to keep our transversal up if we can help it. Cinnaball's about to go down. Cinnaball's about to go down. Once the Cinnaball goes down, the Echo is next. And then the Sword Spines. We want to stay out of this red cloud as best we can. Nice. Okay, good. Now let's hit this Echo, baby. Here you go, buddy. Let's see how fast this Echo dies. I probably should have hit the Echo first. This is not bouncing anything. So let's just, should we heat this? I mean, sure. Ooh, I'm about to hit the edge of the map. About to hit the edge of the map. Edge of the map. Always heat. This is the first ship I've ever played that you basically never ever want to stop heating it. Like you always want to heat it. Now, I'm not worried about these Sword Spines. So let's go right back for the bioadaptive cache. Let's head for these guys. Okay. I should have hit the Echo first because the Echo was webbing me and that loss of speed meant that the mobs were spread out. See how the web is gone and now they're starting to come together again and I might bounce. There it is. I get like one bounce off of that. I should have killed the Echo first before the Cinnaball. Now we know. Now we know, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we'll just do that next time. Excellent. Just one tap this guy just for the sake of it and get nice in range of this. Excellent. 2 more Sword Spines. This is the final room. This is going to be like a 13-minute, 14-minute abyss. Nice-oo. Let's go back to, I don't want to go towards the middle, do I? Let's just like orbit this at like 75. Sure. And the Sword Spines. We're not in danger anymore. Now it's just a matter of speed. So let's just always be heating, chat. Literally don't stop heating this module ever. Even against a single mob. Who cares, right? Like it's just one dude, but you want to have the rate of fire be faster. Clap. I messed up this one. Let's heat this one. Boop. Okay. Turning off the fest will make it more susceptible to taking more damage over heat. I don't think so. It's a good point. I do not think that turning on or off modules makes stuff more susceptible. It's a really good question. Repair all modules with one of these. 30 seconds. Whew. Angel room. So let's talk about this because we had some really hard rooms there. This was a sub. We did it in 14 minutes. Still good. We're averaging like 12 to 11 minutes of these. Here's what I think about the ship. Here's what I think about the Skybreaker. Okay. The Skybreaker is really, really good in T1s and you can blitz stuff. Because your low DPS on cruisers doesn't matter in the T1s because they have so much lower HP. If you're in T2s, it's possible to do them. Possible. And it is worth more ISK per hour. It is literally doable and is the correct one to do. But it is much harder to do. So what I think is the proper way to fly the Skybreaker. Should you fly this thing solo? I don't think so. You can make about 70 million per hour in the Skybreaker. You can. 70 million. But at 300 million ISK an hour in T2s, I don't know if that's worth it. And in T3s, you're going to have even more of a problem. I'm not even going to try to take this into T3s. So what I think you should do with the Skybreaker is you should duo box it. So we're gearing up for that. We're going to be including that in our Edencom Abyss playlist, brand new as of this video. So if you want more of that, check out this playlist. As we make more videos, that's where we're going to put them. The Lightning Lads, the Thunder Boys, check them out right there. And if you want to sub for the best Eve guys, that's right here. We'll see ya in the next video. Thanks.